What's going on, everybody? My name is Kasabi, and welcome to Showzone. We've got a lot of new content coming your way in 2022, including a variety of different MLB The Show related series, and today we're starting with a series called In the Zone. Do you have a favorite player who you wish was in MLB The Show but currently isn't? Or have you ever wondered how good a player was during a season where they won an award? They may not yet be in the show, but they are in the zone. Based on Showzone's statistical analysis and ratings calculators, we can give you an inside look at each player's attributes that you'd realistically be able to expect if these cards were added to MLB The Show. And what better way to start than with everyone's favorite tall boy, hard-throwing lefty, Randy Johnson. Today we'll be taking a look at Johnson's first Cy Young season back in 1995 with the Seattle Mariners. The 95 season was a good one for the Mariners, as it was the first year they won an AL West title. The California Angels blew a 12.5 game lead in the division over the course of about a month, which led to the Mariners defeating the Angels in a one-game playoff for the division crown. On the mound for that playoff game was Randy Johnson, who his first 5 innings were perfect, and he tossed a complete game 3 hitter, only allowing 1 run as the Mariners went on to defeat the Angels by a score of 9-1. Johnson went 18-2 that season, leading the league with a 2.48 ERA and 294 strikeouts. He accumulated a WAR of 8.2, which was second to only Greg Maddux that season. Also incredible, Johnson led the AL in WHIP and home runs per 9, only giving up 12 dingers the whole season, or 1 homer every 18 innings he pitched. It was the lowest amount of homers per 9 that Johnson allowed in his career. Johnson's one main knock was his walk totals, which accounted for 2.7 walks per 9 innings. However, it was still lower than his career average of 3.3. As we get a look at the attributes for Johnson's 95 campaign, it's important to take a look at his pitches and K per 9 totals. Again, Johnson struck out 294 batters, which maxes out the K per 9 attribute at the 125 cap. Johnson's pitches were mainly different variations of his fastball, which at times had 2-seamer sinking action, as well as his splitting fastball. Couple that with some 99 heat on his 4-seamer and a high velocity slider, the combination of break and velocity was just too much for hitters to handle. Now, I know what you're thinking. Did Randy Johnson actually have a pitch that's classified as a sinker? Most of the pitch data that's available nowadays came just as Johnson called it quits in his career, but he did throw a sinker late in his career. Given that, plus his typical break and San Diego Studio's affinity for sinkers in general, it's safe to assume that he would have a sinker in the game. Personally, I think the per 9s are a bit low for what was expected, especially with the homers per 9, but these were the ratings that were calculated. And with our true overall estimates, Johnson would have a weighted true rating of 105.16. That would put him right between the MLB 21 milestone cards of Tom Seaver and Bob Gibson. We also like taking a look at what the calculator would present if the 125 attribute caps weren't implemented, and if that were the case, Johnson's K per 9 innings would stretch to 134, bumping his true overall to 107.25. That total would place him higher up on the best pitchers list, between Clayton Kershaw and Chris Sale, as the 15th best rated pitcher in MLB 21. Even with some of the attributes on the lower end, this card would be meta all season. With a good handle on the pinpoint pitching mechanic, Randy's control would be tameable. Additionally, his tall 6'10" stature and his sidearm delivery would present a special problem, especially with lively fastballs that don't tire over the course of the game. It's a card we all want because we want to pitch with him, but nobody would want to face him. Imagine seeing Aroldis Chapman for 140 pitches before he gets tired. The release of a Randy Johnson card would definitely show usage similarities to Jacob deGrom this year. That'll just about do it for this first edition of In the Zone. Special thanks to Bennett Sports Online for his ratings calculator and MLB The Show card art for the Randy Johnson image. If you have any players that you'd like to see in the zone, drop us a comment below. Plenty of other new series are in the works, so if you'd like to see videos similar to this one, drop us a like and subscribe for more. Signing off for now, this is Kasabi for Showzone.